basically you're sat in traffic most of the time. And it's like I bought again an entire Ford Ka. So
That is bonkers.
it's just gonna rattle my teeth out. So, I mean, my old man is a Pinto connoisseur. He loves the Pinto. He would Pinto swap a Ferrari.
Yeah.
You know.
So we made it over to Jack's place to come and have a look at his little toy. This isn't his little toy, this is his son's little toy. This is Jack's little toy.
Was a white, similar to this, white but a standard arch 2-door.
Yeah.
But that had a 2-litre Z-Tech in on 45 Webers.
Yeah.
Sierra box. It was only about 150, 160 brake.
Yeah.
But I was driving that at the age of 18, so letting an 18-year-old loose.
Yeah.
in a 160 brake Escort was yeah.
They take a bit of driving.
Yeah. There's nothing to help you on them.
No.
There's nothing that's going to save you.
Yeah.
So the car was actually, we came across it, I was about 14. We got 2 shells from Malta. They came from Malta, they went to Ireland, and that's where my dad bought them, and he purchased 2 from Ireland.
Yeah.
And the idea was that he was going to do them both. His shell, the one that he decided he was going to keep, was fairly mint, minimal welding and quite square and straight and everything. This one was a bit of a peach. Obviously, Maltese air tends to rot the body panels. Chassis and stuff was okay.
Yeah.
But body panels, so picked at the welder and
began
welding. My old man used to moan, saying I was putting too much money into it, it's never going to be worth this money. And I said, well, it's never getting sold, so I'm just going to build the car the way I want it.
Yeah.
And so he was always moaning about it, but I think he's quite happy with the outcome now as well. So
yeah. So you said 1300.
it was a 1300.
Was it running?
No, not
Engine
at all.
was out?
No, we did try and start it, but the block was warped. All the liners were corroded right into the liners.
Oh Christ, yeah.
So I actually went and bought another 1300 cross-flow engine and started stripping that for rebuild, and then sort of got bored of that. And then I had a couple of Pinto engines as well.
Yeah.
Toyed with the idea of those.
One thing led to another.
Yeah.
So how long have you had it on the road then? Like
about 2 or 3 years now.
Okay. So
it was not finished, but I've been waiting like 13 years to drive it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it on the road.
You got to a point.
So I got to a point where it was quite nice actually. The one who was on Father's Day, I got the old man round and I said, right, it's at the point now we're nearly going to be able to run the engine. I said, if we do a bit of wiring today, we can run the engine. So it was quite a nice father-son thing.
Oh, nice, yeah.
After so many years of it being parked up and just sort of being, a shell.
Yeah.
We got it running.
So when you, back in the day, was this the sort of look that you wanted, or was this sort of evolved as well?
Oh, yeah, almost exactly as I pictured it.
Was it back in the like when you were 15?
Yeah. Well, I did originally, because it was a Maltese Escort. I did like the look of Maltese Escorts. They're like chrome wheels. Everything's chrome. They're sort of lowered, like 17s, but are really cool. Like they're normally like dark metallic-y sort of colours as well.
Yeah.
Blacks or purples or And I did quite fancy that because I've not seen any like that in this country. Which I thought, well, I'll do this one the rally way, and then one day I might be able to pinch my dad's one off him, and I might do that one Maltese.
Yeah. Wasn't to be.
Wasn't to be.
No, it wasn't to be. It's absolutely wicked, man. And like you've said a couple of times off camera, the fact that you don't particularly want it to be concourse. You want.
No.
I mean, you've got a little lad. You like doing stuff out and about with him and stuff.
Yeah.
You want it to be usable.
It gets driven all year round. It gets used. It gets abused.
Proper used classic.
Yeah.
How much of the stuff have you done yourself on this car in terms of the bodywork, the painting?
I didn't do the paint. I'm not a painter. There was an old boy who used to come on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And help me with the bodywork. He's passed away now, bless him. His name was Don. But he used to come and he sort of taught me how to weld, panel beat, all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
From an early age. A lot of the work on this car was done by 15-year-old me. Don't be too picky when it comes to that. And obviously, I would love to go over it again and redo it, but it's just bloody drive it. Drive it and enjoy it. And then one day when I've got the time, obviously I can strip it down and do all the things that I've been picky about. So
it's absolutely quality, man. Well, thanks so much for letting us come over and have a little look at it.
Yeah. You can have a drive in it.
Should we have to take a little spin?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. Catch up with you guys in a moment. This is cool. So what, in terms of the interior in here, you've got the standard dash up there.
For now, I have got a set of Mark 1 MX-5 dials.
Oh, okay.
I chose those because you can wire those into the coil pack.
Nice.
On the rev counter.
Yeah.
And the speedo is still cable driven. So you can marry it up to the speedo cable.
What machine?
ST170.
ST170.
So Z-Tech was going to be the option.
Yeah.
And then, as it happened, a ST170 complete car came up for sale 100 yards away from my house.
Nice.
So I walked up there with, I think it was like 550 quid. Because it was like a write-off basically. It needed a windscreen, it was all smashed in.
Oh Christ,
needed bodywork, but the engine was okay. It was 130,000 mile engine, but I didn't do the crank or anything, but I stripped the head off it and checked the bottom end, and and it was all absolutely mint. It had all the original glaze bust on the boards, and I thought, you know what, for now, what I can afford to do is just a gasket rebuild.
Yeah,
I'm just going to drive it. And then again, obviously next time round when I come to freshen it up and do a bit more, do another restoration on it, I might go fully forged then and build the engine properly. But to be fair, you don't want much more than 200 horsepower, I think.
Yeah.
It's not really needed. I think this is now probably, I'm not in a dyno or anything, but obviously a ST170 engine is about 170 brake. And then obviously put some carbs on it, 45 Webers, an ignition system, variable valve controller as well, so it's running variable valve on the old carbs.
Nice,
manifold.
That's one of the sort of things that people do, isn't it? Like delete the variable valve timing and stuff on
these. They put solid hubs on, don't they?
Yeah.
Do away with that. They put a standard Z-Tech cam in it.
And you managed to keep hold of all that stuff.
Yeah, you got massive cams in the ST170 motor. Like when I stripped it off, I couldn't believe the size of the lobes on them. So a lot of the bolt-on parts are all from Retro Ford as well.
Yeah.
So that made your life a million times easier. But there's a lot of parts that are fabricated.
I think it sort of depends how far down the do-it-yourself route you want to go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can buy all the parts individually, but you can get like a full kit, can't you? Just the whole lot almost. So
that's what I've done. I bought the full kit with a flywheel, engine mounts, sump, alternator starter motor, and water rail.
Yeah.
I think that was about it though. Clutch as well. And then you still got to do coolant hoses, you've got to do a radiator, I had to modify the subframe to match the engine mounts because it was an old 1300 subframe, not like an RT1000 subframe.
Yeah, so yeah. I can't believe how loud it sounds.
Yeah. You feel those tyres wandering around here. All over the place.
What a bonkers bit of kit, man. So take us through very briefly the bits and pieces you've done to the underneath, because you can't go running 200 horsepower on a standard 1300 setup.
Not an awful lot. Twin cam anti-roll bar on the front.
Yeah.
Adjustable bottom arms. M16 front calipers.
Yeah.
Vented discs. Sierra Cosworth rear calipers. And it's alright. It needs a brake bias valve because it is a bit heavy braking on the back. The back end can step out.
Yeah, I see.
So I have got a hydraulic handbrake to go in here, which is only really going to be for show because I'm not going to be going stupid.
Yeah.
In it. But to go with the hydraulic handbrake, you can have a nice little bias valve on the plate with it next to it. So people go overboard and think you need all these things on a road car, but realistically, you spend most of it on these roads as well where we live. 40 mile an hour is the average. Going around at 40, yes, you can go off on your own and have a bit of fun in the evenings and all, but realistically, you're sat in traffic most of the time. And it's like, that's why I wanted to go full rally car with this. I wanted a World Cup cross member, I wanted all aluminium mounts and you know, but then when you drive it, you think actually it's just going to rattle my teeth out. So
it's such a wicked build, man. You must have been chuffed to bits.
Yeah, I mean it still needs a lot of work.
You
obviously
keep saying
it's nice
that,
just to it's nice just to have it out. It's nice just to drive.
That is bonkers. I can't get over that engine noise.
Yeah, it's great. That's sort of where I chose Weber's because a lot of people said, "Oh, go throttle bodies." I know you get more power. You can map throttle bodies. You get they're more fuel efficient. But I think there is definitely a noise tone and a difference and quirks between Weber's and throttle bodies.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, "Oh, you can't tell a difference. But you know a set of Weber's when you hear them going down the road.
Yeah.
Especially when you're driving it as well. It's sort of like we get it onto like a sort of chat now. And you just drive it on. It's that mid-range flutter you get off them.
Yeah.
They do need mapping because obviously you can map the ECU, the ignition system, the VVT controller, and obviously you can get them jetted and stuff to suit this engine in particular.
Yeah.
So it could do with that to really benefit. But for now, for what Dave's done and set it up, I'm not, they run absolutely mint tonight or they run mint to full chat. So
yeah.
For now, I'm just driving it and
just enjoying it. Yeah.
There, you know.
Don't have to push you back in your seat, man. It's very cool, man. I love it. These bucket seats don't half hold you, don't they?
Yeah. I bought again an entire Ford KA just basically to rob the fuse box, the steering column and the key, and the dash, the indicator stalks, all that sort of thing. The easiest thing to do, and it gives you quite nice little dumpy looking things, like a bit aftermarket rally sort of type. Just out of a Ford KA, and I can rob the entire wiring loom. Then I can have a modern key. I've got modern fuse board, all the relays, all the fuses. I even got the Ford KA wiper motor and spliced it into the Escort linkage.
Oh, nice!
So now you've got intermittent, you've got 3-speed.
That's a really good idea. But you bought a whole car.
Yeah, I bought the entire car. But again, it was listed 3 miles away.
Yeah.
And it was an MOT failure for. I think it was MOT failure for. No, the head gasket had gone.
Okay.
So it was a non-runner. So again, not an issue for me because all I wanted was wiring.
Yeah.
So obviously I stole the wire. I paid 100 quid for it or 150 50 quid.
I guess if you buy the wire and the key, the fuse board, all
if you were to buy it all separately, it would be much more.
Yeah.
Here is a cheeky little ST170 out of the Mark 1 Focus ST170, which is something which I've been deliberating with. And this is what Jack's got going on in here, with an absolutely wicked setup of the twin Webers and quite a lot of other sort of work and stuff that's gone on as well. Setup of the Webers wasn't a massive deal.
No, not really.
I sort of went.
I have put shorter trumpets on them from the standard.
Oh, cool. Yeah. They do look tight, don't they?
I was going to run filters. It did have much longer trumpets.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was hard to then set them up.
Yeah.
To get you got like a little mass air meter that popped in on an elbow.
Yeah.
With the longer trumpets, you could only really do cylinders 1 and 4 just about.
Yeah. Okay.
So I ended up getting some shorter trumpets.
I'm not 100% about the Escorts. The brake master is supposed to be there. Is that the standard placement?
Aftermarket remote servo.
So it would have been like the Capri. Stuck over there before, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I did have the same brake servo as this before, but it was mounted flat. It was a lot more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't working very well. Like when I was braking, it was holding the brakes on. And it turns out inside you've actually got like a little ball cock in there, and it has to be mounted on that angle. So yeah, I remounted it. I mean, it doesn't look as nice like that, but it
works.
It's some of the things you just got to work what you got.
Yeah. And you don't want the brakes holding on.
No.
That's not ideal. Oh, that's really cool, man. It's a really smart setup in there.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I've chopped and changed and moved around, and
they do a
BDA looking rock cover. Standard. I'm dying for them to bring one out for this, because
they haven't done one, have they?
I've always thought the ST rock covers looks a bit too modern to be in here.
Yeah.
Especially with the cam belt covers and stuff. Yeah, it would be nice for them to bring the BDA rock cover out, and I think I'd put that straight on here then.
That would be cool, actually.
But then you would have the issue again of trying to find a boss and the breather and whatever. You'd have to run the breathers the way that they do the rock cover then.
Yeah. And then with the craziness of the stripped out interior and stuff, you've got a few bits and pieces in the boot, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have a brief look in there.
Yeah.
So what have we got? Is this a fairly standard Escort setup for this sort of car?
Yeah. So a lot of the parts in there are just off the shelf parts you buy.
Yeah.
Tank. I forgot where I've got most of the parts for now.
Yeah.
One of my favourite bits though is I wanted to make a screen wash tank to go in the engine bay.
Yeah.
But if you notice up in the top passenger side of the engine bay, there's a kill switch.
Yeah.
And that's a standard thing for a Maltese car. So it's cut in through the sort of the dash panel.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave that there, and that's normally where the screen wash bottle's mounted.
Yeah.
So I bought a screen wash, an alley tank off of Toyota Supra.
Right.
Which is a similar sort of shape and size, and I thought I might be able to chop it down. And basically I couldn't make it look nice in the engine base, and it just slid straight down the side of the fuel tank there.
That is awesome.
And then obviously I cut the radiator fitting off the top.
Yeah.
Put an AN fitting in, took the pipe out and drilled it bigger and put the screen wash pump in.
Yeah.
And then had like a little AN cap made up with a screen wash sticker and stuff.
That's wicked.
So completely overkill for a screen wash tank, but that's why we do it. It's fun, isn't it?
That is cool.
Well, that is Jack's absolutely wicked Mark 1 Escort. What a wicked backstory and a wicked build and an absolutely wicked car. Everything is just wicked. We've got a couple more things going from Jack, in fact. He's got a quality project he's working on at the moment. Another wicked car he's just picked up. So we're going to go and have a check out of those at some point in the not too distant future. But the next episode on the feature car video playlist will be a brace of hatchbacks, and you do not want to miss this one. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Now, as I always say, please make sure to do those bits and pieces. Hit that like button just there. Make sure to drop a comment down below about Jack's car, the video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, supports me, makes me happy, but also will keep you up to date with all the future uploads. Other big announcements: September the 14th, Easter Compton Bar Shop, 10 AM, be there or be very, very bored. Go and check out the link in the description below for this year's Dizzy Cap social event. I'm hoping to make it bigger and better than last year, 55 cars, and it is an absolutely wicked venue, really great backdrop, and there's space for loads more than that if we need it, which is absolutely quality. I cannot wait. Anyway, if you want to see last year's show, make sure to go and check it out. The video link is right here. And if you want to subscribe nice and easily, there's a button right there too. How easy can it get? Anyway, until next time, make sure to drive safe, and I will catch you again on a future episode of the Dizzy Cap Car Show.